SMT Nation, we are back. Found us an upgrade for Verizon. I'm not sure when they actually did this, but pretty recently. Let me get you guys a little zoom here. All right, there's the Verizon gear that they updated. It looks like they left the site mostly alone with respect to the low band. You guys will see the radios there. The ones to the right, low band and mid band. Those are your like sub 3 gigahertz radios. And then you got your big antennas, and then I don't know if you guys can really see it, but that tiny, smaller one, that's N77. That's the C-band. All right, you got AT&T at the top, fully upgraded. You'll see all the millions of radios and antennas up there, and then there's T-Mobile, right? Just with 2 antennas, and they're N41. Okay, so this is in Westlake, Ohio. This is serving a residential area. And we're going to test it because this could be the first site that I've tested that's the 320 watt radio gear for Verizon in this area, because Verizon had already upgraded most of the network here in Cleveland with the Gen 1 gear, which I think was 200 watt maybe. And you could see it's definitely making a difference. You guys probably remember some of my previous videos on Verizon 5G ultra wideband builds. We could get gigabit speed, but we didn't really do much more than that. This particular site, because it's new, probably is kind of like the Gen 2 Samsung radio gear. I can't confirm. I can't get close enough to get a picture of the radio, but I'm going to do some digging. I'm going to try to figure it out. I think it might be, because the performance is actually better. All right, 1.4 gigs down, 147 megabits per second on the up, 24 ping, 4 jitter. The loaded latencies at 300 and 100 respectively. All right, let's go ahead and run another test. Like I said, at this point moving forward, I'm not really tracking upgrades anymore, because basically they've done all the macro cells out here. They've been overlaying it with small cells too. Those haven't gotten N77 yet, but that's probably next. That's probably what I'm going to be tracking. All these sites are on Verizon's One Fiber. So you're getting 10 gig fiber circuits across the board, 1.5 gigs down, 145 megs on the up. Really, really good performance. Latency is pretty typical. That's typically what I see. This is 140 megahertz of N77, and then you're probably getting like band, what is it? The AWS band 66 for 20, and you're probably getting either a low band carrier with band 13. 10 megahertz or band 5, 10 megahertz. And there might be 5 megahertz of band 2 in there too. 1.5 gigs down, 146 up. Yeah, really good stuff here from Verizon. We're pretty much line of sight here. You guys will see it's like right there on top of that water tower. Man, that is really good performance. Really nice. And the propagation is really where things will improve. Indoor, and also just distance. So I think we'll actually do that. I'm going to drive down the road. I'm going to drive down about a mile, and we'll see what kind of range we get. Start up the Volvizi. All right, let's try it out. That is good stuff, man. Good stuff. Gigabit speed here from Verizon. All right, let's see. I'll keep running the speed test while I'm driving. And I don't know, man. They've got all their sites upgraded. The next focus area is going to be seeing N77 added to the small cells, and they've got tons of small cells here in Westlake. All right, looks like we got some construction here. Gig. Still 125 meg for the uplink. Yeah, a lot of construction. This street is jacked up. Alright, we got raised casting. Okay, alright. We're still a gig. We got 126 up. Over a gig down. Alright, we'll just continue to create space between us and the cell site. Just want to see how it propagates. I kind of have a good idea of what the first generation gear did, so I can kind of see if this is either first gen gear or if it's second gen gear. Again, the second gen gear has higher wattage, higher power, so it probably performs better. In my market, though, I don't really expect it to be much of an issue, just because the density here is pretty good. But yeah, the 700 down, there's 330 on the up. Let's keep driving away. All right, we're doing pretty good. I think now we're in direct line of sight of that tower. Even though we've got range, a little bit of distance between us, we're still doing pretty good, right? 624 down. You know what I'm gonna do, man? I remember before this upgrade, this area was so slow for Verizon. Oh my goodness. For those of you that know this area, this is Bassett Road, and I'm approaching Hilliard. This was like basically, I don't want to call it a dead zone, but it was like a low band only zone, right? So you're basically on like a 10 megahertz channel of band 5 or band 13. 600 down, 37 up. I'm gonna just keep driving. Man, this upgrade made a night and day difference. Oh my goodness. Guys, it used to be so bad here. Like to the point where I think video used to buffer, actually, if I remember correctly. All right, I'm approaching the intersection of Bassett and Hilliard, which is really close to the Westlake Rec Center, where the signal can be atrocious. You know what? I'm going to go that direction. 373 down, 12 up. I'm going to go in that direction. There is a small cell up the street here, and now basically I think this macro is going to stretch that signal with midband all the way to the small cell. For those of you that know the area, you know what I'm talking about here. The Westlake Rec Center will be up here on my left-hand side, and then there's a small cell right up the street, and we maintained midband the whole way. Wow, that is really good stuff. And for those of you that have also seen my footage and my videos at the rec center where the service is terrible out there, it's probably fixed now. 249 down, 18 up, and we're still showing 5G plus. Let's see if it hands off to the small cell. It may have. Okay, I think it did. Yeah, it just handed off to the small cell. And you'll see the throughput actually is reduced. I'm going to show you guys why it just switched to the small cell. 42 up, got 113 down. Oh, it looks like they changed the antenna and the radios here. Yeah, here's that small cell right there. Hilliard. Interesting. Brand new radios. Well, some. It looks like they added radios. So maybe they added frequencies. They just didn't add N77. Interesting. Good performance, though. Just not getting N77. Wonder if there's CBRS on there. I didn't stop and get a look at the radios. But I'm gonna go into the rec center. Man, I wonder if that N77 is gonna reach there. 145 down, 36.5 up. Let's go ahead and pull into the rec center here. Good performance still. And I think it is still connecting to the small cell. Typically I don't remember the small cell really working well this far away from it. Yep, see, we're losing throughput. So we're probably down to low band for the uplink. And then for downlink, we probably just lost the midband. Let's see if it switches over to the macro cell. Signal looks really weak. Okay, so yeah, looks like this is gonna remain a problem area. It's gonna remain weak. Just too far for the macro and the small cell as well. Now there is another Verizon small cell on the other side of the property, south of here, and they've got a DAS inside the Westlake Rec Center here, right in here. Yep, I used to be a member here, so I remember when they first put in the DAS. We might connect to it actually from out here. Let's see. Maybe it switches to the DAS. It is an indoor DAS though, and it's in the weight room portion of the facility. I'm not sure if they have one on the other side of the building. It doesn't look like it works from outside. This actually turned out to be a pretty cool video. All right, so yeah, so what's gonna end up happening is we're gonna go up here to this other entrance. So this will be going outwards towards Center Ridge. so the other side of the facility. And there's a couple of small cells up here on Center Ridge, so it's probably going to hand off to those once we get past this this stop sign here. All right, so right up here at this, there's a light, and yep, looks like you see the throughput starting to improve, and that is because we're getting closer to those small cells up here. If only they could have put one of the 2 or 3 small cells closer to this light, so it's actually east by a couple of blocks. You see what I mean? So I'm gonna stop here at the corner of Center Ridge and the rec center, and the small cells here on this side of the street. Down this way, there's one here, and then there's also one further down the street there. Not sure if there's one down there. I don't think so. Well, yeah, there is one on Porter. Yeah, they got small cells over here, guys. Turned out to be a pretty cool video. All right, and you'll see we're connecting to it. I think we're probably getting the low band carrier, 13 or 5, and then probably AWS, right? And that's what's giving us these speeds. If we do connect to the CBRS piece, we're probably doing faster speed, but see, we're on regular 5G nationwide. Yeah, and there's the small cell right up here, right there. You can see the radios in that little box. So you got that one, 197 down, 27 up. And then there is another small cell right around the corner here, right across from Porter Library. We're passing the elementary school. Yeah, but we're not connecting to CBRS right now. Looks like it's keeping us on the other frequencies, which is okay. It's performing good. Yep. Anyways, yeah, that's awesome. I'm gonna do some digging. I think we got ourselves, just based on the reach and the performance, one of our first 320 watt radio installations and testing here on the channel. Up, and there's that AT&T Stealth Tower macro right there. There you guys. All right, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you soon on the next video. Peace.